Hey YouTubers, it's Glitter Girl. It has been 1 week and 2 days since my lap band surgery. Yay. So I had to actually make a list of things. I better grab it. The things I want to talk about today because I actually got a few things to talk about even though it's only been like a week and 2 days. So I figured I'll start with my weigh-in, and just as a reminder to everybody, I started at 278 in November, and I am now, let's find out. Oh my gosh, this will be so exciting. I'm trying to stay off the scales. We're going to talk about that later, about a scale obsession. So first let's weigh in and then we'll talk about that. Okay, here we go. Sweet. And it says 249.8. Ow. Can't move as fast as I used to. Okay. So, let's see, 248. I got my calculator here because I'm terrible at math. What did I say? 278. Oh my God, it's 30 pounds. That's amazing. So 278 in November was my pre-op, and then my full liquid diet I was at 268. So that's 20 pounds in a crazy 4 weeks. Awesome. Actually 4 weeks. I don't know, but close to that. Something that I've noticed that I'm stopping is my obsession with my scale. It's gotten out of control. And basically, I think you get very excited and you just want to check it. And I was doing it like 2 times a day. Because it's so exciting to have this happen. Like, I know everybody feels this way. Like, it's the first time in a very long time that it's coming and gone. It's melting away, or as they say, the weight. But there is an unhealthy amount of time to be spending on your scale. So from now on, I'm going to just be on my scale, I think like every week or every 5 days. Because there's this amazing thing that happens. If you weigh yourself twice a day, your weight changes, believe it or not. I know you all have seen this. Y'all freak out and it's like, I gained 3 pounds. Well, it was in the morning you weighed yourself, and you weighed yourself at night, you gained 3 pounds. You're not really gaining anything. What you're gaining is water retention, the food you ate, the clothes you put on. It's not an actual true number. If you gain 10 pounds in a day, that's something you better be worried about. There is a real good possibility you have heart issues there. Maybe your potassium level is very low. You're retaining huge amounts of fluid. That's something I would talk to my doctor about. But 2 or 3 pounds, okay, it's not a big deal. I'm weighing myself in the mornings because that's an actual number before I've eaten. That's really where I should be, and it's a approximation of where I need to be. And the scale, as useful as it is, sometimes can be your worst enemy. It makes you focus in the wrong way, and it's definitely a tool. And as Miss Sally says, a compass, but it is not the end all of everything. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know if it helps, but see what you think. One thing I'm going to talk about that is so near and dear to my heart is about oral health when you're on a full liquid diet. I brush and floss, obviously. I'm a dental assistant. I'm not the best flosser. I do it about 4 or 5 times a week. But what I did notice was when I first started my full liquid diet is that I would brush and floss my teeth, and I would, about 2 or 3 days later of doing my full liquid diet, I noticed an odor in my mouth. And I was like, I brush and floss and I'd still have it. Now, mind you, I'm a dental assistant, so I've been like, I'm very aware, obviously, because I'm talking to patients. But I'm like, where is it coming from? So I opened up my mouth and I looked in the back of my mouth and I looked at my tongue, and lo and behold, it's coated in just a ton of stuff. Because I figured out that all those protein shakes and all your smooth liquids, they catch on your tongue. Your tongue isn't smooth. It's like a little rough, shaggy carpet. And the stuff collects on your tongue. So I was like, oh, that solves my problem. So you can either brush your tongue. I really highly recommend this. Brush your tongue. It's really good for it. It's like a hairbrush. it gets all of that extra plaque off of there, which is basically bacteria, and any of the food that you've eaten through the day with that's liquidy gets trapped in there and makes more odor. The other thing is you can buy tongue scrapers. I mean, some of your dentists carry tongue scrapers, and it sounds gross, but honestly, it's a really good idea because since this is a collecting area on your tongue, it's good to get that bacteria off your tongue. So, so that's my thing about tongue scraping and making your breath fresh. Oh, I was going to show you my incisions. This one incision, I am like revving and rearing to go right now, but this incision is freaking slowing me down. I have not made it into my post-op. I was supposed to go last week and talk to my surgeon. She had surgery that day. They didn't bother to tell me this. I called an hour before because I wasn't driving, and I actually got a little pissed off. They were going to put me in with a totally different doctor without even asking me. So my opinion of them is definitely lowered, especially in the fact that I had to wait 5 hours for my surgery. I am a very impatient person, and I get a little bit off the handle at times, but I feel like a number right now with them, and it's really not making me happy. But I'm doing good, so I don't feel like I need to go in. I probably should at some point, but she's booked up till the end of the month. I had set that appointment up 3 weeks in advance because I knew that that would be a good time for my schedule. So, yeah, it's just the way it is. But I probably will at the end of the month try to get in, see if they have cancellations. So, but so far so good. I don't feel like I have anything that's not within the norm. So the only thing is this stupid large incision. It's a little red right now because I had my pants tied on it, but let me show you how wonderful they're healing. So that's the big one, and that's the one that feels like it's always drawing. It's like somebody's pulling it apart. You see where I have my pants on, it gets a little annoyed. This is the little one. You can hardly even see it. And I really could care less about scars. They've got stuff to fix it. That's the other one, and then I got the other one there. And you can still see the glue on them. But the big one, it's healing really well, honestly. It's a little bruised and yellow, and it's looking a little ugly today. But it's definitely shrunk down, and it also it is feeling a great deal better. But I do notice, like, it's almost like if you... It's like whatever it is, the muscle or whatever, it's like shrinking when you sit. If you sit for a long period of time and then you stand up, it's like pulling. Like you have to stretch out whatever is in there. If that doesn't go away within 3 weeks, I will go see her to have her ask her what that is. Could be just a healing thing, or maybe it's just very tight with the suturing. But I gotta make sure there isn't any kind of, I don't know what that would be. Tugging. I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that is. So I'll just talk to her at the end of the month. I did work this week. I was freaking exhausted. I didn't do a whole lot. I didn't bend. I didn't lift up anything like a good girl. I think I realized how much I dropped stuff because my coworkers had to pick everything up. They were not amused by the end of the week. But hey, whatever. I was tired. Oh my gosh, was I tired. But I did a little bit of assisting, sort of. They were real easy stuff like x-rays and talking and impressions and stuff. But I didn't overdo it. I really felt like a turtle, honestly, when I was trying to take x-rays. I usually run around with my head cut off, and I felt like I was in slow motion. So, but I'm feeling much more peppy today, and I'm sure by next week, once this stupid little incision down here gets to be gone with its discomfort, I will be just totally normal and happy. I did a realization check on what I'm eating, and I figured out I ate about 3.5 cups for the whole day of food, from morning till night. I then proceeded to calculate the hours. It took me 6.5 hours to eat 3.5 cups of food total for the whole day. I really think that's working because I used to be the fastest eater in the world. I could just gobble down food, blup, 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 and I cannot do that anymore. I think it's awesome. If this band is doing anything for me, it has slowed me down. I have no interest in food at this point. I guess they're hunger pains when it gets really, really intensely. If I do need to eat, I get that headache that you need hunger, bloodstream needs some sugar or something. I know that that's when I'm hungry. But the idea of eating all the time or like having to have that pizza or whatever it is, I don't have it anymore. I think it's the greatest thing ever. Those intense cravings you get, like you're a drug addict, gotta have it, they're gone. And if I can say anything, that is the best thing ever with this Lapband. I don't know if that'll be like that forever, but it is so different. There is a night and day difference of that sensation. It is. I don't think that's a mental thing. I think that really is the band doing what it's supposed to. I know what full feels like now. It's a tightness, like you can sort of feel like you're sick of eating kind of sensation, and then all of a sudden, as your stomach kind of catches up a little bit, you get this tightness there that says it's time to stop. It's awesome. I have never had better feedback. I love it. Love it. It's like heaven. Okay, so a couple other things. What is it exactly? I guess it could be called being too self-critical. I was at work yesterday, and my boss was like, "You are really just melting away." He's like, it's starting from your head and going down your neck." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess. I don't know if I've lost anything since last time I weighed in, but I can sort of see it in my face, sort of." But then I started looking at myself in the mirror. My hair was up like this. And what did I do? I was looking at myself and I was like, I kind of look like one of those elves from the Lord of the Rings. And I was like, yeah, if you put some pointy ears on me, I'd be an elf. I'm looking like a goddamn elf. Excuse my language. And I had to stop myself the last night as I was thinking about how I'm looking like an elf. And basically what I'm doing is being really self-critical. I haven't seen myself in a thinner light in a very long time. And it's almost like I don't think it's self-sabotageness, but it is trying to make myself feel better or bad or something by taking a look at yourself and saying something negative about yourself. And I think that is just not the thing to do. I need to be accepting that I'm changing. It is a little bit tough. They say, my therapist said that when you lose large amounts of weight, it can take 6 months to a year for you to fully comprehend in your brain the major changes you have gone through. So you almost have to be a little more, what's the word? Not cautious, but gentle with yourself. So I need to be more gentle with myself. I can be very self-critical at times. I'm very motivated. I think part of that's it. And you just can't be. What's going to happen is going to happen. And I think also that if I don't like what I'm seeing, I really need to take a step back for a moment and go, well, are you really not liking what you're seeing, or are you just really judging yourself too hard? Very simply. So when I look at myself in the mirror and I have bingo bags, I've got to look at this and go, those aren't bingo bags. They're just skin. It needs to be tightened up. And what are you going to do to change that? That's what I'm thinking. What am I going to do to change? If there's something I don't like, then what am I going to do to change it? And not get all mean to myself and say mean things, because it's very detrimental, I think, to your psyche. And it's not the right way to be. So anyways, okay, I can't put my magic jeans on, the ones that I've had for 7 years. I think I'm going to wait a couple weeks until this incision heals up more, because it does put pressure on my stomach. So other than that, maybe in a week or two, I'll have my magic jeans on, and we'll see if they're going to fitting better. They've got to be by now, I hope. And other than that, things are going pretty good. I feel pretty decent. Actually, I feel great. Not just decent, I feel great. And so anyways, I hope you all are doing well, and hope you're all healing. If you've had surgery, if you're pre-op, make sure, and you're on your Feel Like a diet, make sure you stick to it. It's very important. And if you're even farther pre-op, just take this time to get yourself ready for this amazing life journey. Hope you all have a great weekend, and take care. Bye.